What's up? What's up, Jason? No, who's in here? Jason Nash? What's up, man? Sorry, the lighting in here. It's 4 a.m. and there's this odd thing that happens with me. If someone calls me or texts me or even hits me up on the Instagrams or whatever, even though even though they didn't quite do it yet, I'll wake up 2 minutes prior. That's a weird thing. It's like I'll wake up. I'm like, who the fuck is trying to contact me? And then literally within 2 minutes, someone will email me or text me or something. So that's why I woke up to respond to someone's Instagram. They wanted me to talk to them. So I woke up. Anyways, I wanted to discuss. I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't feel like turning the light on in the room right now, so you don't get to see my dumb face. Maybe I will in a second. I don't know. I probably got like those the sleepy bags under my eyes because I had a couple of hilariously fun days. But I do want to talk about this guy, this fucking guy, the character that plays he plays the character of Joseph Biden, the guy that apparently people voted for to run this country. And as you all should very well be aware, when you say country, you're saying company. And when you say company, you're saying corporation. He's running he's a fake figurehead of a corporation. The United States of America is a corporation. Just like Walmart is, just like McDonald's is, just like whatever LLC or fucking C corp or whatever the hell you own, if you do, it's the same thing. And that guy, I mean, what's wrong? What are they doing? They're so blatant. They're just like rubbing it in your face. And there are people. What's up, Mass? There are people that literally voted for that fucking dude, and people that defend him running the corpse. The corpse. It's a corporation corpse. Dead body. He's a fucking dead body. He's like weekend at Bernie's. Remember Weekend at Bernie's? That's that dude. He's a figment, and they defend him like as if it's these people that like either voted for him or like somehow have to somehow mentally go through all of these gymnastics to like that dude was on stage with Elton John apparently and said that he was trying to be cutesy wootsy funny bootsy and he's standing there with Elton John and says to Elton, which doesn't he? I don't know. I mean, I guess because he's gay, he has AIDS. This is the implication. Does he have AIDS? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he has AIDS, but does he have AIDS? I don't know. He said Joseph Biden says to this guy on a microphone, he goes, "This is the guy. This is the guy. This is the reason we're spending $6 billion this month." Trying to help AIDS. First of all, is that even a sentence? Is that even a word? Is that even a? Can you? I mean, how do you even say that? This is the good. We spend $6 billion because this guy's gay. That's what he said. Really, legitimately. Like who? He said we spend $6 billion. Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. He said we spend $6 billion of taxpayers' money to help AIDS. That's what he said. Go look it up. Go fucking go get off of here. Don't even talk to me. Don't even look at me. Don't you assholes look at me. Go look it up. Joe Biden said he spent $6 billion of taxpayers' monies to help AIDS because he's standing there with a gay dude. What is going on? Where the fuck are we? Like, are you serious with this shit right now? Are you serious? You can't anything he says. I didn't vote for that fucking guy. I cannot be in no way, shape, or form do I have anything to do with the United States of America Corporation. Fuck that guy. He's an idiot. I don't know how you people allow him to run run your country into the ground. You understand? Like he is by by proxy. No. He is 100% legitimately running through the media, through everything he does, through every time he signs some paperwork to do some shit. He's running your fucking dollar bill into the ground. He's taxing you. He's thieving from you, and you guys just support that shit. Are you fucking stupid? Are you people? Are you legitimately? I have to ask the American populace, the people that reside on this land, this beautiful land of America, rich soil. That's what it means. You're gonna allow this fucking cum dumpster, this hot fucking cat diarrhea, this this guinea pig, this shit stain of a like. What, is he even human? Is that even a dude? Is that what is that? Is he wearing a mask? I don't give a fuck what he is. You're gonna allow him to run your company? If you know, he's ruining the land by ruining the corporation that sits on top of it. It's two stages, but he's fucking it up. He's fucking it up bad. And you guys are just sitting there going, "Yeah, good job, way to go." Mm, that's delicious. Made some iced tea the other day. Pretty good. How does it get to this point? How does it get to this point that people are so fucking bereft of mental. Yes, I said the word bereft. Go look it up if you don't fucking know, you dumb shits. Of mental activities. Like you really believe this that this the government situation that's on the TV. They don't own the TV channels, and they're just telling you, they're just propagating shit to you. And that dude has anything good ever to say. That dude is a walking dumpster fire. Like that really. It's it's outlandish that anyone can possibly believe or support that administration. If it is a corporation, if it is even legitimate, which for anyone to believe that that dude got like 81 million votes or something, like you have to be completely brain dead. And there are people that believe that. There are people that still believe that somebody went to the moon. They believe in NASA. It's got me kind of like my sides kind of hurts, like you know that little spot near right there. I just from laughing, like my cheeks and my just it's too it's so absurd. It's a museum of the most absurd things you could ever fathom. Who's in here? Let me see. uh what's up, Soul? What are you doing? The Soul, what are you doing? Hey, thank you for saying that. Most people are fucking retarded. Even woke people. Well, I would even say even woke people are the most retarded because they think they know something. Those are the kind of people that be like, "Hey, wake up, dude, wake up! You gotta be woke, dude." Woke people are the fucking cheesiest, lamest, fucking cum suckers. They like licking taint for a living. They think it's those people think they know something and they don't know shit. That's actually kind of worse than the people that are just out and out. You know, Florida. You know the whole Florida Walmart native kind of people. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I've been talking about that. I'm sure. I don't know if you've seen any of the recent ones that I've done, but we talked about the whole lakes and rivers drying up and why, and the as above so below kind of shit. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, but here's the thing. As much as I go off on it and say some shit. Like, I get it. They're fucking trained. They're trained. And they're completely they're void of any intellect because it was MK Ultra out of them. It was controlled through the propagandist state run institutions of indoctrination, which you would call a school system. You know, it's not their fault. I get it. You truly have to you have to know that part. You can't blame someone. Like, most people are innocent in no sense. That's what the word comes from. Innocent comes from in no sense. They have no sense about them because it was removed. Their pineal gland was all fucked up with the water supply and the fake breast milk and well, you can't call it breast milk, you call it Similac. It's assimilation of lacking. Well, they would say it's a lactating, but it's a lacking. It's assimilation of lack. And they would take that, and then they would give you water that has riding the fluoride. Yep. And then then they'll just chant learn to you, the repetitious chant learning. It's called rote learning. Yep, you write it down, and somebody chants something to you, and then you chant it back. I'll say this, and you say this, and then I'll say this, and then you say that, and da, 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 da. And then just go back and forth. It's just a church. It's a rota, 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 to rotate, to spin, to write. It's just back and forth. Rote learning. It's completely fucking garbage. It can work. It can work for some things, certainly. Mm-hmm. So these people are taught in that school indoctrination center, and people that are like, we got to send our kids back to school. The teachers need to do better at teaching them. Like, no, bitch, you don't understand. You want a proper understanding what the school system is. You want a proper understanding of what the fuck is going on here. When you go to the doctors, you know where all the people are getting like surgery and dying, and it's a whole fucking. It's like, it's just a disgusting place. It's filthy. They have all the chemicals everywhere, and then people just like coming in there, with wounds and bleeding all over the place. Oh, that's where you go to have a baby? Huh. Seems like you'd want a separate building altogether. Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you suspect that the best place to have a child would be, well, like, I mean, where does every other um oopsie. Uh-oh. How did that happen? That's so weird. Well, hold up, yeah. Let me call you back in a second. Hello, hold on. Hey, let me call you back in a second. I don't know why I just called you. Uh, that's so crazy. Mm-hmm. That's so funny. See, I don't know if you guys could hear my half phone call. I don't know why I just called somebody. Okay, that's probably why it occurred. But where were we? Oh, yeah, yeah. So you go to the doctor, right? So it's the dock. It's where you birthed, like a ship. So what your parents don't understand, here's how the system works. I'm gonna explain it to you. And if you don't know it, go look up what Jordan Maxwell will tell you. Um, when you're born, well, are you born or are you birthed? Two different words. You would have a birth certificate and a certificate of live birth, two different things, but they both exist. When your parents decide to take your ass to the doctor, when your mother's like, oh my god, I have a problem here. I've got a big belly. I need a doctor to fix it. No, in her mind, she goes, oh, I have to go to the doctor because that's where they deliver babies. No, they don't deliver babies. She has a womb with water in it and a birthing canal, like a canal. And you go just like the river. There's canals and banks on the river, banks that control the flow of the currency. You see, so you come down the birthing canal, Yes, and it's the fluids, the water, and you're birthed. Well, you're literally born. You're born a free being, but you're birthed to the dock of the bay, the dock of the river, the doctor, and he'll sign for you. So in all regards, I'm explaining this to you. You gotta fucking shut your fucking mouths and listen. You know, do a little listening here. You know what I'm saying? Like open up your goddamn ears. When you come out that womb, what is it? What has happened? Your mother gave you over to the state. you are now, you are now on the stock market. You are bonded. You have stocks and bonds. You are bonded to your birth certificate because you were a product. And the doc signed for you and tells you your length and your weight, just like any time you have a shipping manifest on a ship or a plane. You work for an airport. Yep, you go to you have to have a statement of manifest when the captain you give them, you tell them how much is on the, how many living well they call them living souls on the plane, and it has to be the correct number so they know what kind of cargo they're shipping along with the baggage, the weights and measurements for the plane. And so your mother, what she did, and your father, what they did was they gave you over as a ward to the state as a product and property, and you are your birth certificate and certificate of live birth, more importantly, is connected to, it's bonded to the dollar bill, which is owned by a private corporation, and that private corporation has to do with the Federal Reserve, the World Bank, all of this. It has nothing to do with the land and sovereignty and freedom. It has to do with being bonded by the certificate of live birth to the state or status quo of like the corporation. So you're actually a walking dead person. You're a dead. Like you aren't. You should know this. You aren't. But that piece of paper is. That is what they use for finances. See, a paper is a it comes from the papacy, the papal bull, patriarchy. It's a piece of paper. And well, here's the lucky part for most people. If you don't have any of the other, like they can't actually do business with anyone until it's their own laws until they're 18. But your parents didn't know that, so what they did is they gave you over to the state, and you went to a school system. The school system has no interest whatsoever in educating you motherfuckers. Zero. They don't have an interest in that. Interest them is money. Interest. Their interest is to make a proper, obedient slave worker. They want you smart enough to run the machines, but dumb enough to never ask any questions. That's what they produce. Go read John Taylor Gatto, The Underground History of American Education, dumbing us down. Go read any book by him. I'll tell you, it's a Prussian school system that is based upon Henry Ford's modeling. Henry Ford, the assembly line, the modeling of the assembly line is why you went to school. It wasn't to educate you. It takes, you do the math on it. If you really, I've already done it. I did the math for you, but I'll let you do it if you want to. How many hours a day do you spend in the classroom? How many weeks in a year? How many days? How many years do you go to school? Why is it called kindergarten? And then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 12th grade. But do you got kindergarten? You've never used the word kindergarten except for in school. And you know that's a German word, right? Do you know what a Garten is? You know what kinder is? Kindling? kindling garden. Go look it up. Go fucking figure it out for yourself. So you go to kindergarten, and then you go from first to 12th grade, and the things that the reading, writing, arithmetic, you could learn pretty much in about under 1,000 hours. You'd probably take you about 200 hours, really, to be adequate at it. You know how children can learn multiple languages or learn, because they're curious when they're children. They'll be very good at playing the piano if they teach them early, or they can know 10 languages if you teach them early, because they're inquisitive. They have a curiosity that allows their neural connections and their synapses to fire in a different way than when you're an adult and you become dolted and you become retarded. That's what the word retardation is to not allow something to occur. So you have fire retardance material. It does not allow the fire to get through. It's like too tard. So people are retarded, most definitely. And you can't even say that word now. They've actually made it fucking. I'll cancel you if you say the word retard. Well, they're fucking retarded. Dumb shits. See, but it's not. Again, it's not their fault. They just got sold into a system. Everybody always talks about slavery and like, no, brah, no buddy, no guy. Everybody was sold into the slave system. You just can't see it. You don't understand it. Now I'm telling you, you were all sold into a slave system. So I got that out the way. Where are we at here? Let me see. Got a little behind on the comments here because I was off on a mass starvation. Yeah, those who fast will. Yeah, if you know how to fast. I mean, most people during this thing that will occur, whether you like it or not. Like for those of us who know that you can practice Shivan Bukalpa and it'll make you healthier, or just drink water, and it's actually better for you. And we don't have that hunger, like motherfuckers are thirsty and hungry out here. Like, okay, I get thirst, makes sense. Like, okay, water is important. We get this, but the food stuff, like if you're a fat shit and you think you need to eat, you're gonna actually act crazy as your body starts to go to I don't know, about 72 hours in, you'll have a very most people, I don't know, like for me, I could go without eating for days and not even think about it. It doesn't bother me. Like I don't, as long as I have something to drink, I'm good. Just some water, whatever. Yeah, of course I prefer beer. You don't know this, but some people, I wonder. I don't even think it would take 3 days. There's some people that if they don't eat, you ever hang with these people that they get hangry. They actually literally get angry if they don't have food. Like I've dated a couple of girls like this, and they were like small girls. They were like they were just like college chicks. They're like, and then they needed a reason to be angry about something. Well, if they didn't eat every fucking every 4 hours, they got an attitude. It's like they had some sort of. It was kind of like people that have what's that thing where they need sugar, diabetes or whatever. It's like they had something where like they had like worms or some shit that needed to eat, and they would just become different people. Yeah, and that's real. That's a real thing. So I mean, how many people? How long does it take before they completely act like nutso, crazy, goofy? That shit's gonna happen. People don't even see it. Cat. We're getting into inflation, hyperinflation. You're gonna get into the rivers are low. They're not moving as much product. Prices are going up. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on right now, and people don't see it. It's about hitting them in the head, and they're gonna go. we don't have enough money for food. We don't have enough money for groceries. We don't have. Damn, it's expensive to heat. Oh shit, there's blackouts. Oh man, I'm cold. I gotta eat. Like, yeah, people are gonna be acting a fool. You want to see the zombie apocalypse? Watch it happen. It's about to be fun. It's about to be super fun. I'm excited. Starve to death, and you could. I mean, hey, so I don't know how the soul don't starve. You can't starve the soul. Yeah, our own convenience kills us. Yeah, convenience is. Yeah, you gotta teach these people. Each one teach one, man. That's what's up. So, is food shortages? Oh man, it's on the horizon. You know, they tell you about all these rivers. Like you realize the Mississippi right down, right, it's right there. I saw it like 3 weeks ago. I'm sitting on the Mississippi River, and I was like, man, why do I see the mud right there? Because I know where I sit. Like I'm sitting right here in New Orleans, right? So I'm sitting in this little spot, and I was like, damn, the river is very fucking shallow right now. Never seen it that way. Lived here for a long time. Never seen it that way. And so do I do. I turn my phone on. I'm like, why is the Mississippi so low? And literally that day was posted that the Mississippi was so low that they have uh, the shipping containers. They're only shipping like half the goods because it's too heavy. So it would actually be bottoming out the ship in parts of the Mississippi. And I was like, no shit. And so they had to have like these other ships like jump in front of them and move the mud out of the way, basically. So they were like backed up. Like you talk and see people don't are not noticing that right now because there's still stock rooms, there's still supply rooms. But now that thing that happened 2 weeks ago with backed up ships all over the world, in fact, it's going the results are going to be in two weeks a month because then now you have like half as much of the you know we just had what harvest season, yeah, harvest moon, so everything was being harvested and the river the channels, the canals were low, so they weren't able to ship the fresh produce, so they were getting half as much. But that comes out like 2 weeks to a month later that you'll notice it. And now you have everything else backed up because you're only shipping half as much that you were shipping a month ago or last year or the year prior. So you have like half as much goods. People don't. It's pretty simple how it works, but people don't notice it because they don't pay attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hospitals are dirty, but they want your baby in the hospital too. Yep, yep, yep. They snip the. I mean, here. You want the real realness. Every doctor that ever snipped a baby's penis should be locked up and put into a detention center for the rest of their life. Do they to mutilate a child's penis? Do you understand how fucking filthy that is? They should all go hurry up and stop doing that. Do you know how insane that is? You know how they make like they always talked about the Muslim community, I think it was, that they used to do genital mutilation to women so they wouldn't have pleasure. Do anybody know about this? They would cut off the clitoris. That's equivalent to cutting off a. Well, we got to keep the penis clean. Yeah, no, 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 no. Every other animal on the planet, they just drop the baby onto the earth, and we're sitting there in the hospital. They're like, "Here, cut the umbilical cord, cut the dick off, cut this, cut, burn it, poison it, poke it, prod it." All those people should be fucking. Those people are the. Why are you told here? We'll do this one again. When you're in school, what do they tell you in school? What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a doctor. I want to be a I want to be a policy worker or a policeman. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a teacher. Well, the only one of those professions maybe is firemen that are somewhat mm, noble people. Firemen. The rest of them, no, it's a policy worker. They're working for what do you think they're doing? They're not there when anything bad happens. They're after just to work for like, to work for maritime admiralty law. Maritime, the water, the sea. See, here's how it works again. Just to get back into this, when you get off of the boat, you're given liberty. That's why it's called the Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty is not allowed to be on land. It's actually on an island because when you ask permission from the captain, he gives you liberty. Motherfucker, I don't take liberty. I'm free. That means I'm not asking you permission. I'm on the land. See, they ask for liberty to go upon the land, but they're still controlled by maritime admiralty law, which is what the policy enforcers do. And then you go, and that's connected to the priestcraft. It's a priestcraft of the hospitals. The hospital, they wear the white jackets, and the priests wear the black jackets. They're the black and the white. That priestcraft of these people in the hospital, what are they doing? They're doing ritual work on you and buy you and enslave you and own you because your parents were not any the wiser because they also were enslaved. It's a disgusting, filthy, ridiculous system. Of course it is. And if you don't know this, now you know. And the thing is, the people that are enforcing what they believe to be law they don't know themselves because they are also indoctrinated into the system. And until they are educated, until they have a comprehension, an understanding, an overstanding, and an understanding of what it actually is, they would never participate in it. No one would ever want to be a doctor, a police officer, or a teacher. No one would ever want to do that if they knew what it actually was and entailed. And if they knew they were, they were in a what's called a master-slave relationship, a dominator-submissive complex. That's what the system is. I mean, oh, it's yeah, but you tell people this, right? You tell them this, and they're befuddled by it because it would shatter if when you tell people this kind of shit, it destroys their perception, their reality. It just they can't handle it. Remember when they're talking to fucking in the Matrix, Neo? Like if you disconnect some of these people, you would literally. It's kind of like some people you can't give them you can't do mushrooms with them. You can't do lysergic acid. You can't do certain drugs with people, and you wouldn't want to. It would be this is why you got to be like a shaman, man. You can't. There's some people you just can't. You like no, I can't. You can't do that. It would blow your it would blow your brains out. Like you couldn't handle the actual reality. The blue pill people, the red pill people. I say take them both. Take the purple one. What's up, Con? What up, Con? What are you doing? Yeah, the school system knows this shit, but they care about control and hate questions. Yes, yeah, yeah. They'll ask all the questions, but they have the answers. Sit down, shut up. We know the answer. But that's when people want to be teachers. Like uh, obviously, who doesn't want to be a teacher? Everybody wants to educate properly. They want to, but they don't understand what they're doing. Everybody wants to be an enforcer, like a police officer. Everybody wants to be. They want to help. They want to be powerful and protect people, of course. But they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what the system is. Well, you would never want to be that. People want to be a doctor. They want to heal you, but they're not into healing. They're into pharmakia. Pharmakia means poison. They don't even know what they're doing. They're not taught about health and well-being and nutrition. They're taught they don't know about healing. They don't know about Reiki. They don't know about acupuncture. They don't know about even the simplest massage therapy, chiropractic. They don't know about like all they do is cut, burn, and poison. But of course, all of those professions, when you say it off the top, of course, these people want to be helpful. Who doesn't? But the system enforces the opposite. The system makes them do things that are against the good of the hey, I'm gonna need your patience. You ever go to the emergency? Do you have an emergency? You ever sit in an emergency room? An emergency. And then then you gotta sit there for like 4 hours. It doesn't seem like they were actually dealing with the emergency, huh? Where's all these? Where are they? I mean, isn't that what they're supposed to do? You ever have a problem in the streets and you got to call, what is that old thing? 911 is a joke. I mean, isn't it though? How the hell you have an emergency? How long is it going to take for them to arrive at your problem? Doctors ain't there when you need them. Police ain't there when you need them. I mean, the teachers ain't teaching you like what you need to know. It's all fucking. It's a sham. Underground tunnels in schools. Oh, no shit. Yeah, of course they do. Ah, yeah, the straw man. That's funny. The scarecrow is the straw man. That's funny. Chris Stapleton. That is funny. Yeah, the scarecrow is the straw man. Uh-huh. So sorry I'm so far behind in comments. You guys know how I do this. I go on fucking rants and raves and tangents to whatever the fuck I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Eat people. The thing with the weather though, here's how they control the weather. Let me explain. Okay, they have a lot of technology to control the weather, and they have whatever they're putting in the skies, and they have they have big machines in the middle of like you don't go there because who's driving through these fields? They have big machines that make clouds, and yeah, we get all this. But here's how they really manipulate the weather. They have the weatherman tell everyone, because you're all electromagnetic beings and you're part of the earth, and your thoughts create things. We must remember this. Everything is metaphysics, mind physics. Your mind create it. So if what the weatherman does is tells you every morning, hey, it's going to be 80 degrees today, and everybody watches the news in the morning, and they go, oh, it's going to be 80 today. And in their mind, all of them go, it will be 80 today. It will be 80 today. And they start doing that. They're actually vibrating off that resonance, that idea into the universe. That's what the weather's going to be. So guess what? It's about to be 80. Now, if the weatherman, so he's using mass hypnosis, and that hypnosis is actually causing people to vibrate at a certain frequency, and they're going to listen to the weatherman, right? And then how they can say, hey, sometimes the weatherman's wrong. You know why? Because maybe people didn't watch the weather that day, or he was like, oh, it's going to rain today, and everybody's like, nah, I don't want it to rain today. And there was enough people that vibrated off that energy that it didn't rain. Or sometimes people are having a sad day. Maybe they put some bad news on. And even though he said it was going to be sunny, all the bad news, people were just like sad and depressed. It was like in the movie uh what's the fucking name with Will Smith, Men in Black, the second one, where a dude says, what agent was it, Jay, says to the chick, she's sitting there crying, and she goes, oh, I'm crying because it's raining outside. And he goes, no, honey, it's raining because you're crying. So that's real shit. People need to know that you have a lot more power than you know. I mean, I can manipulate the weather, but it takes a lot of focus. Me by myself, I can manipulate the weather, but it that's so much energy. I can only do it once in a while. But if everybody got on board and knew they could, it'd be very easy. It's like an Indian rain dance. You want it to rain? We'll dance around and make it rain. You want to be sunny? We can do that too. It just takes more people knowing that magic is fucking real, dude. Mentalism, magic, mind, the power of your body to create an environment is very powerful. And if you get a lot of people in unison doing the same thing, if people were fucking aware, this whole stupid thing that's going on in the world, it would end it. If you stop listening to the dumb cocksuckers on the medias, the medes, MEDES. I'm giving you, there's plenty of lessons on this one. If you look up where that place is, it's across the pond. It's exactly 180 degrees on the same parallel, the same latitude, or is it the longitude? Is it longitude? Same longitude as Hollywood. So there's the Hollywood people, and then there's the medes. Go look it up. I guarantee it is. Where's Hollywood at? What's the latitude and longitude? Go look it up. It'd be odd. It'd be odd if it was 33 degrees, huh? But it is. Go up where Medes is. In what is it? Is it in Iran or Iraq? Is it one of those two? Is that why we always have a problem with them over there? Also because they're not on the thumb of the World Bank. Go look that shit up. People gotta get fucking, yeah, you gotta get fucking wise to this shit. They fucking manipulating the dumbass. Wake the fuck up, dude. Yeah. And also, hey, okay, underground government fucks with the weather, the climate can desalination of water, collect the rain from machines that turn into H2O. Here, let me give you one quick lesson. Water is not hydrogen and oxygen. Stop it. Just stop right now. Just stop thinking. You're thinking too hard. Hydrogen and oxygen are both gases. You don't make a liquid out of two gases. It doesn't work that way. Go read the book by Peter and Pete. 100 Reasons Why Water is Not H2O. And I'll give you the most important reason. If the ancient alchemists told you there are 4 elements, an element is a singular thing unto itself. What are the 4 elements? It's called a few. There's a few. AFEW. Air, fire, earth, and water. I'd go so far as to say is fire isn't quite an element, but a transmutative force. But water is an element, a singular thing. It's not 2 things that are separate. Hydrogen is a gas. Oxygen is a gas. You cannot take hydrogen and oxygen, put them together, and make water, because it's not that. They lied to you. And when they tell you they made a hydrogen powered engine, let me explain to you how the fuck that works, because I've had to tell so many people this, and they just can't get it through their numbskulls. Their numbskull. These are smart people too. I've had to explain it so many times. Check it out. How do you make that work? What is happening? in a supposed water powered engine. What's happening? You have to put salt water in there so you have a way to jump an arc or a gap. You have to put two metal rods in there. What's happening is when the electricity occurs, it's not running. The water is a conduit for the ionization of the metal and the salt in the water. That's what, so those plates of metal are what's being used as the source of power. It's not the water being split. The water is just a conduit. The same way that if you have in your, you got a light switch there, that light switch is connected to a light bulb, and that light bulb has a wire there. And around that wire, there's this, it's called Romex, and that Romex around the outside there's that rubber. That's equivalent to the water. The metal inside is where the electricity is occurring. The metal, the salts or the metal plates, that's what's being eaten. The metal is getting eaten up. There'll be less metal. That's what's getting eaten up. It's not less water. It's not dividing the water. You can't divide hydrogen and oxygen. It doesn't occur that way. There's your PhD fucking lesson for the day. And go tell these stupid ass fucking wannabe scientists at your local college university that they're wrong. They can't prove that water is hydrogen and oxygen because it's not. You got enough fake U.S. history before you can be a biologist, that's for sure. The system is good intentions, bro. Yeah. The good intentions paved the road to hell. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Well, it's always like people that people that go into the military, people that go into these systems, they're all they're all well-minded people to begin with. They're maybe a little slow. They're not really, they don't let smart people into the military because smart people wouldn't want to be in the military because they realize it's poor people fighting a rich man's war, right? The rich people are like, hey, go do this, go do this, not knowing that like they should just divide. If they just got rid of the people that are like, telling them what to do, there wouldn't be any wars. It's a pretty simple thing. No, nobody's the only people that are fighting are corporations to try to have more control. There's no countries that war. There's corporations trying to gain more power. That's all. No, there's no United States like the way that you think it is. There's no Italy. There's no fucking China like the way you think it is. It's fucking Sony, McDonald's, Magnavox, Tesla, blah blah blah. That's what it is. That's all you're looking at. Oh, that's what it says it is? Is it 34? No, that's got to be wrong. It's at 33. I guarantee it is. They must be fucking with that because I did a quite in-depth research study on that shit. It was at 33, and the other one's at 33. It's one. I think the 118 is right. It's 118 and then 91 or whatever. Like whatever the opposite of that is. Like if you thought you lived on a globe, a ball, I guarantee because I did a few videos on it. In fact, that like if you plot out where Hollywood is and where Medes is, it's on the 180 degrees across the globe. That's how long ago I did the research when I believed that We still live down one of those fucking things on a ball. Uh, and if you think we live on a fucking ball, I can't trust you. I can't. Anything you say is pretty much open for, yeah, you're full of shit because you're stupid. Because if you can't just with your eyes and yeah, I guess if you just use your eyes and see that the sun and the moon are out at the same time and it's like a half moon, and you can't explain that. I'm like staring at it in the sky. I pointed at it to people that believe we live on a fucking ball. I was like, see the sun right there, see the moon right there. How can that be? And they can't explain it, but they won't question it. They just can't explain it. They're like, I was like, I thought the Earth was in the way of the sun and the moon, but that's right there. I'm looking at it with my fucking eyes, and so are you. And these fucking dipshit cocksucking motherfuckers still have the audacity to go, no, it's a ball because it's a reflection of the thing with the stuff in the thing. I swear to God, I think people are all fucking retarded. I'm like literally pointing at it. I'm like, here, have a blueberry pancake, and they're like, that's a hamburger. I'm like, no, it's a blueberry pancake. That's a hamburger. No, it's a blueberry pancake. It's a hamburger. That's that's the fucking people we hang out with. And there's another, how do you like? Is everyone autistic? Is everyone have Down syndrome? I'm starting to question whether or not most people don't have Down syndrome. You know what I mean? A touch of the Downy. These people are fucking dumb. Yeah, and if you don't want to read the book, they actually have a video where they explain it. But I mean, the book is better because the way they talk is they have a very curious way of chatting. They're both kind of dorky and they talk over each other. I mean, they're funny, but they talk over each other in a very it could be confusing to someone. I could see how it could be a little bit fucking goofy, but they know what they're saying. Yeah, yeah, I hear you on that. Well, see here when people get into um, see not all it's again it's like the thing where you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing. These people that get into Freemasonry or like as much as I know you would have to assume that I'm in some sort of club or cult or Freemasonic or something. I know all that shit, but I didn't take any I didn't go through any rituals. I'm not in any club. I just happened to find the books and I read the shit and I go, oh, well, from my standpoint, I would not join these things. But the people that get into them, they see it just slightly different. There's a lot of good people inside of those institutions. Some people were born into it, man. Like you can't be unborn. Like once you're born into something, like you can't just like you can't just get out of it. Like you're born into it. You're born into Hollywood. There's people that are transvestites. Some of them they what do you were 2 years old. What say did you have in the matter? You didn't. You were probably transed up in the womb. They snipped your shit up. And when these people get into like these societies and clubs and things, they think they're doing it because they do good for the world. They've done all this, not knowing that Freemasonry means literally free masonry. I've met a lot of Freemasons, and I've only met a handful of Masons. People that actually do fucking like brickwork. Like I've tiled a bathroom. I've done some brickwork. I guess I could call myself a Mason. Not, I wouldn't say I'm a professional at it. I could get it done. But these people that are Freemasons, literally free buildings. They don't even know that means that. They don't have no clue. They can't build shit. You'd be like, oh, you're a Mason, so build me a house. Like, oh, I don't know how to do that. But you got a bunch of books and degrees and decrees and shit. But when they get into it, their goal is like, oh, these people are doing, they're making a lot of money and they're helping people and they're doing, and they do, some of them do. But I mean, the legitimacy of it, the origination of it was for a good reason, and then it gets infiltrated by fucking stinky cocksuckers. Just so happens. Honey, anything, you know, what was it, Malcolm X that said, or was it Malcolm, or was it he said, I know in here tonight we have a bunch of us that believe in these things, and I know there's enemies amongst us right now. He's he's saying, like, I know in this room right now there's people that if you look to your left or your right, there's people that are just there because they despise what we're about, but they're just putting on the fucking show like they believe in it. And then people do that. It's fucking corny. It's lame. I don't know where they got that from, you know, but that's what it is. And those people infested. It's an infestation of these phallic worshippers. These people, the phallic worshippers, I mean these cocksuckers. They just are so infatuated with something. I don't know what they're. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the problem is. They actually might be snakes, like literally shapeshifters. They might be from another realm. I don't know. They might have a lot of post traumatic stress disorder and trauma from childhood. I don't know. I don't fucking know, but there are those assholes. Yeah, the carbon chamber. Yeah, well, that's the big thing too, Maz. When they what they've been doing is trying to tell people we need a carbon neutral. They're trying to get rid of carbon emissions and you're a carbon based creature, bruh. I mean, maybe you could make the assessment that you're silicon based. You know, that's the whole Westworld thing, carbon and silicon. The old trees were made of silicon, whatever, silicone, silica, whatever. Uh, but you're supposedly carbon. Your blueprint is 666. You know, this is what they say. And if they want to get rid of carbon, they want to get rid of you. You. You can't. If you fart, they don't want you farting. They don't want they don't want these cows farting. I mean, you know this is a real thing, right? I'm not just making this up. This is like a real thing. They're taxing fucking the carbon emissions from cows, and depending on how many cows you have, you get taxed on it because it's supposedly their farting is causing climate change or something. So just another way to tax the farmer. So that's only one step removed from taxing you for breathing. Like, what are you breathing in? What are you breathing out? What are you breathing out? Like, if you can't breathe no more without paying a tax, I mean, you're taxed just to live, just to be alive. It costs money. You have to pay someone to be alive. What? Who came up with that game? Uh, mm. What's the difference between a dork and a nerd? Oh, I'll tell you. Go, hey, Maz, and anybody else, go look this up right now. Look up the dork, nerd, and um, oh, what's the other one? Let's see, dork and a nerd, and uh, what's that thing called when you put a couple circles together? You put like three circles together, and then there's what's common in the middle. What the hell is that thing called? Sorry, it's fucking 5 in the morning, and I'm kind of loopy at this point. It's called whatever that thing is. So there's the difference between a dork, a nerd, and a geek. Yes, a dork, nerd, and a geek. Look that one up, and it'll show you a geek is someone that knows something, but they have no social. They're not good with social cues. They know something though. They're very geeky. they know certainly what's going on. It's a geek, but they're not. They're just like socially awkward. Let's put it that way. And a nerd is someone that does that. Okay. So that's a geek, and a dork is someone who's it is socially awkward and thinks they know something but knows shit that doesn't know anything. Like just awful. They're just a dork is the worst of the worst. If you're a dork, that's what means like you don't know what you're saying and you're saying it like you think you do, and you're a fucking dork. A nerd is someone that is what's the other one? I see it's a geek. A geek is someone who knows something. A nerd knows something. Yeah, there's some a nerd and a geek are close, but a dork you don't want to be. Mr. Mannion, what's up? What's up, Frank? Don't ever call me that. I don't deal with theory, man. I deal with facts, dog. That'll be $5 for a breath of. Yeah, what movie was that? They were selling cans of air. Was that space balls or whatever? Is that what that was? They're selling air cans of air. Oh, Venn diagram. Yeah, a Venn diagram, not a Zen diagram. Yeah, Venn diagram. Thank you. Yes. What's up, Con? What you doing? Okay, look at that. Finally got to the bottom of this conversation. I'm geeking out on medicinal mushrooms, lion's mane, reishi, turkey tails. Speaking of geeking out, do I have any beer left? Tell me I brought beer home. This would be so good if I did. Oh fuck yeah, dude. Fucking cheers to beers. Big win. We got a fucking high life. I've been hanging out early in the day the last week or so. So I've been getting home at like okay, this is my domicile, not my home. I think I'll be back here in a month, but I got a place across town for a little bit. But anyways, yeah, I've been. Oh no, I just spilled all over my fucking shorts, dude. Hold on, I'll be right back. Fucking pissy pants. What an idiot. Oh, damn it. This is no good. Give me like 1 minute, y'all. Let me get some different pants here. Yes, I also I do make mistakes too. You would think the genius that I am, I would never make mistakes, but I do. I break things. Oh, it's not good. All right, we're back. Anyway, so yeah, I've been getting home early, so I've been getting up early. It's weird when you eat less, you require less sleep. It's like I woke up at like 4, right, or whatever time I started doing the show with you guys. I'm like, yeah, about 4, I guess. And I was like, yeah, I just woke up. I was like, wide awake. Wide awake. Hmm. Where are we at? Yeah, if you can't open it right, you don't deserve it. No, man, it was slightly warm and slightly shook, so it kind of frothed over. Froth is a good word. Frothing. That's I think the word froth is maybe close to like well, it's like frothing or gooey. Those are goofy words. Mm. Well, shit, I don't know. I don't know where to go with this conversation anymore. Maybe we'll just call it a show. We'll call it a day. Oh yeah, you guys are allowed to. You guys are already subbed. I'm sure. You can thumbs up if it was fun. Um, you can also donate because yeah, my dumbass is semi houseless. So I still require monies in this worldly weird world we live in. I'm trying to win the lottery or something, so you guys, I don't have to beg you guys. But if you want to, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, that's always awesome. Um, I might come back on here in a little bit. Depends on where my motivation sits, or if I'm gonna sit here and meditate, or do some magic, or scroll the internets. You remember 3 rules for life: have fun, be weird, be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. Just do you, dude. And if you feel like you have so much, uh, you're just overflowing, and your cup is full of currency and cash and monies and things, feel free to share that with me. And if you can't share it with me, make sure you help someone else out, because helping is a good thing. Assist humanity. You gotta you gotta serve yourself and serve others. It's pretty simple rules for life. You gotta self-service is first, because if you're not strong enough, you can't help anyone. If you don't have money, you can't give somebody money. So go make yourself some money. Go make yourself strong. Go make yourself a meal, and then give the leftovers to somebody that needs it. Good to see everybody, and I'm fucking out this bitch. Um, what I got? What's going on here? What I missed all these conversations. What the hell's going on here, Frank? Napoleon 19. Huh. Ah, interesting. I'll check it out. Yeah, Maz. I think yeah, I think I still have access to fucking buddy guy gave me access to his not FaceTime. What the fuck did we used to do this? What did we do on here? The blue one, the chat, the video chat shit. Anyway, somebody gave me access to that, so I can. And actually, you know what? It's funny. We can do that on here. I'd rather not have it like some of it. I don't mind broadcasting if it's for the purpose of like, hey, let's do a show, not just like if there's a topic. But I don't want to do like I mean I can have like up to 10 people on here, but I don't want to do it on YouTube if we're just talking. I don't want just like random conversation. If there's like, hey, let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles today, then we'll do that one. I don't know why we talk about the Eagles though. Donations are welcome. Oh yeah. A 6 pack of vanilla pudding is also appreciated. I would take chocolate over that. Yeah, don't yeah, send me yeah, keep your hooker and beer money, but send me whatever is left over so I can spend it on beer. I don't spend money on hookers. That's not my thing. Yeah, the zoomies. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm fucking out of here. I might come back on in an hour, or if I'm like motivated, or come up with some kind of dumb shit that I want to talk about. Like right now, I'm just gonna smash this beer and stare at a wall. It's my day. You guys have a beautiful morning or evening or wherever the fuck you are. I'm out of here. Peace out, everybody. Uh huh.